Hey everyone. So I thought I'd try to put together a new series of funny descriptions or facts listed in video game manuals, just things that I found interesting, and I'll just be reading them out and letting you guys comment on what you think about these descriptions, if they made sense at the time but they're funny now reading them, or if they seemingly made no sense at all. And I'm not talking about, say, mistranslations or just bad English. These are just descriptions that were written in a way that was meant to make sense, but they're just really weird, and it'll make more sense just hearing some of these descriptions. So, to start out, I'll be looking at the manual for Third World War. It's a Sega CD game. I have the game here, but the manual is what's important for this video. Now, looking inside, what you need to know first, of course, is that this game is called Third World War. It's a strategy turn-based game. It's sort of like a video game version of the board game Risk, and you get different scenarios that you need to work through, and hopefully the nation you pick wins in the end. There are 5 scenarios that you can play through in this game, and the 5 scenarios are titled as the following. Scenario 1 is the Third World War. Scenario 2 is the Cold War. Scenario 3 is War of the Pacific Powers. Scenario 4 is Chaos, and Scenario 5 is the Economic Struggle. But the one that I found most interesting is, of course, the Third World War, and sort of getting to see what people thought might be the future of the international political climate leading up to the Third World War. So this is what it lists as a scenario description for the Third World War, and I'll just let you guys post in the comments what you think about it. This scenario simulates the current global environment. The United States has assumed the role of the only remaining superpower. Russia and China no longer have the economic means to maintain their military might. Japan, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom are fundamentally weak militarily, while Iraq, Libya, and South Africa are starting to make waves. We suggest beginners start out playing the game as the United States. So just a few interesting things here. US, number 1. Next, Russia and China, failing. And Japan, Germany, France, United Kingdom, traditionally strong countries, are getting really weak. And these new countries here, Iraq, Libya, and South Africa, new in the international scene, they're starting to make waves, starting to do crazy things. But you should play as the US because they're the best, and they're the easiest, and they're definitely going to win. I just found this to be a funny description for Third World War scenario. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this description for this gameplay. Next, I'll just list a couple, or read out, I should say, a couple of the descriptions for the different nations that you can play as within the game. Now, there's 16 countries that you can play as, and they include the following: United States, Russia, Japan, Germany, China, France, United Kingdom, India, South Africa, Brazil, Australia, Canada, Iraq, Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Libya. And I'll just list a couple of the descriptions, and again, let me know what you guys think about these. If they're funny, if they show these countries in a certain position that just seems funny today, but might have not seemed as funny back in 1994 when this game was made, or most likely it was made in 93 and then it was published and put up for sale in 94. But I'm just getting distracted here. So to get back to the point, I'll just list a couple of the countries you can play as, and their descriptions. So first, of course, the United States. Easily favored to obtain military and or economic world domination, the U.S. is a good nation choice for beginners. Again, USA number one, and the U.S. is going to be the dominating economic and military power in the entire world. Next, Russia. Russia has all the makings, of becoming a world dominator. Again, remember, this is just a few years after the fall of the USSR. Next is Japan. While in the shadow of other great empires, Japan has great potential for achieving economic world domination. Since when are they really in the shadow of other great empires when Japan itself has been a pretty great empire, all things considered, and at the time and even now, really, they still are a very large economic power in the world. Next, we'll look at China. Population in China's population is China's main strength. Your naval forces are slightly weak, so avoid attacks by amphibious landing. Yeah, the country's strong, but they suck at sea. That's something. It just makes no sense to me. Next, of course, are two countries that have to deal with sort of their geographic position in relation to other countries. So first is India. Be careful with your expansion. Hostile camps exist in every direction. By that, pretty much they mean Pakistan and China. South Africa. South Africa's geographic position is its strength. Yeah, because people really want to send their ships down and around Africa instead of straight through the Mediterranean and across the Strait of Gibraltar out into the Atlantic Ocean. People really want to go all the way down and around. That makes perfect sense. And then, of course, Australia and Canada are sort of left out of the big turbulence in this game, and just listen to the descriptions and you'll know what I mean. Australia. Focus on domestic affairs first, then put all your energies into developing national wealth and military strength. So they're pretty much saying Australia has no money and no military, so they need to work on that. And for Canada, it says Canada is a relatively stable area. Focusing on domestic affairs is the way for this country to gain power. Yeah, just Canada, you stay out of it. Just stay home, think about a couple things, make plans for, I don't know, whatever you're going to do there, but you're not really needed out on the international scene. Just stay home, stay in. It's interesting how they looked at different countries. Only assuming that because of the strong pro-American stance that this game seems to have, that it is an American-produced game. I really don't know whether or not it is an American-made game, but I mean, they are just crazy supportive of the U.S., and every other country seems to be either an enemy or needs to just stay out of it. Yeah, just interesting little descriptions in the manual for this game. Let me know in the comments below what you think of each of these descriptions that I listed from this manual. Let me know if you think this is going to be a series that you want me to continue, and be honest, if you don't like this, if you don't like the idea of it, or you think that I did it wrong or not well, just leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, and I'll either try my best to fix this, or I'll just give up on it and move on to the next idea and see what's what. So yeah, just let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, See ya.